Okay, so in this video, we're going to be talking about two features that we can find on topographic maps: depressions and creek flow, or finding the direction that the creek flows in. So first, we're going to start by depressions. This is a picture of a crater. This is from an asteroid that hit Earth millions of years ago, and it's created a depression in the surface of Earth. So you see this bowl-shaped feature where the lowest elevation is right here in the middle. So if we're going to draw this on a topographic map or find this on a topographic map, this is kind of what it would look like. It would have these contour lines with these little marks on them going all the way down to the lowest point of elevation. Now, these marks are called Hatcher marks, and Hatcher marks represent contour lines that are decreasing in elevation and result in a depression, or this bowl-shaped feature that you see over here on the left. So one of the questions when we see a depression indicated by Hatcher marks is, what is the lowest possible elevation right in the middle? So when we're trying to decide that, there's a couple of important things we want to keep in mind. Number one, the first contour line with Hatcher marks is equal to the previous contour line elevation. So if we look over here on this bottom picture, we see that we have a 10-foot contour line followed by a 20-foot contour line. So the contour interval of this map is 10. And the next line we hit has Hatcher marks. So we go from a 20-foot contour line to another 20-foot contour line with Hatcher marks. This line right here with Hatcher marks has the same value as the contour line before it. So now that we hit this line with with Hatcher marks, we're going to be going down in elevation from 20 to 10 to the lowest point in this depression here. So the second thing that we want to take into consideration is that the lowest possible elevation will be one above whatever the next contour line would be. So for example, we're going to say that we're going to try to find the lowest point or the lowest possible elevation of point X. So we have a contour line with Hatcher marks that indicates 20. We have a contour line with Hatcher marks that indicates 10. If there was another contour line with Hatcher marks in here, it would represent 0. So what's 1 above 0? Well, in this example, if there were another contour line with Hatcher marks, it would represent 0. So the lowest possible elevation of X is 1. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to determine the direction of creek flow on a topographic map. So for this one, we're going to ask the question, what direction does Fish Creek flow from and to? So there's two ways we can really go about this. Number one of the easiest ways is to say, well, water is always going to flow from the highest elevation to the lowest elevation. It would look really funny if we saw a stream flowing uphill. It would just defy the laws of gravity. So for this case, we're going to look at contour lines that Fish Creek crosses. So it crosses this contour line here, and we can see that this contour line is at 800 feet. And it also crosses this contour line right here, and we can see that this contour line is at 900 feet. So it's going to flow from the highest elevation to the lowest elevation. Second way we can determine the direction of flow is to actually look at the bends of the contour lines themselves. Now, sometimes you won't see marked elevations on a map, so you need to figure out another way to determine the creek flow. So if we look at the bends in the contour lines that Fish Creek crosses, it's going to point to the source of the creek. So we see a bend that's pointing this way, and we see another bend that's pointing this way. And in fact, they're all going to point in the same direction or towards the source. So we can see that this is the source right here, this lake, and that the direction of flow is going this way. So to answer the question, we can say that Fish Creek is flowing from the west over here to the east over here.